The businesses today are experiencing a paradigm shift in consumer preferences based on environmental, social, and governance parameters. This has also impacted the investor demands and, most importantly, the regulator expectations. With the global demand being guided by environmental considerations, companies are tempted to portray themselves as being green when the reality may be different. This practice of incorrectly portraying one's activities as being environment-friendly has been termed greenwashing. Now, the Reserve Bank of India last year, in its circular on the framework for acceptance of green deposits, which was dated 11th of April 2023, defined greenwashing as the practice of marketing products, services as green when in fact they do not meet requirements to be defined as green activities or projects. Thereafter, on 12th July 2023, SEBI issued a circular titled BRSR Core Framework for Assurance and ESG Disclosures for Value Chain. Now, this framework has introduced the reasonable assurance requirement for companies under the BRSR Core, which will help in checking greenwashing. The assurance of companies' disclosures will ensure that the claims made are duly substantiated and not misleading in any manner. Now, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, earlier this year also in February, issued directions for green debt securities to avoid greenwashing, wherein it has defined greenwashing as making false, misleading, unsubstantiated, or otherwise incomplete claims about the sustainability of a product, service, or business operation. These directions clearly mention that the issuers of green debt securities are required to avoid misleading labels, hiding trade-offs, or selectively presenting data to highlight green practices while obscuring unfavorable ones. They are required to maintain the highest standards for green debt securities, adhere to assigned ratings, and avoid making false claims about third-party certifications, among other requirements. Also, the Central Consumer Protection Authority in February this year had released the draft guidelines for the prevention and regulation of greenwashing to seek comments from the public. Now, the guidelines prescribe various disclosures that would be required to be made by companies making green claims. For example, the companies are required to ensure that all environmental claims in ads or communications are fully disclosed, either directly or through technology like QR codes or web links. They're required to avoid selectively presenting data to favorably highlight environmental claims while hiding unfavorable aspects. They're also required to clearly define the scope of environmental claims, specifying whether they relate to products, manufacturing processes, packaging, product usage, disposal, services, or service provision processes. Now, all environmental claims are required to be backed by verifiable evidence. Comparative environmental claims that compare one product or service to another must be based on verifiable and relevant data. They are required to substantiate specific environmental claims with credible certification, reliable scientific evidence, and independent third-party verification for authenticity. Now, the Advertising Standards Council of India, which is of course a self-regulatory body, also introduced the guidelines for advertisements making environmental or green claims, and this was done in February 2024. These guidelines aim to ensure that environmental claims made by advertisers are reliable, verifiable, and transparent. In fact, the recent union budget for 2024-2025 has also laid the groundwork for significant regulatory developments in an effort to curb the menace of greenwashing. One such development is the commitment by the Honorable Finance Minister to create a climate finance taxonomy for India, which will classify economic activities that support climate commitments and other environmental goals. This taxonomy will ensure consistency, thus avoiding the chances of greenwashing. Therefore, there is a need that the companies do not indulge in greenwashing in any manner, as it would not only invite regulatory action, but would also lead to reputational damage, thus leading to losses, potential fines, and decreased valuation. The businesses should brace themselves for heightened scrutiny by ensuring that they invest the time and resources to align their products and market strategies as per the applicable regulations and avoid making incorrect claims. Thank you.